Radio by the grace of God 92.9 FM KGPJ of the beautiful city of Grand Prairie.
He came down to give me his love. From the top to the grave, from the grave to the sky. I tell you, I'm covered, I'm good. I know that he loving me, he been loving me, working around me, it's understood. The thing that he cursing me, he's always there for me. I feel that I know that I'm loved. That's my G.O.D. and yeah, he hold it down. You wanna talk about kings, but mine will take the crown. Yeah, my God, my Lord, the baddest in the town. And where he at, I wanna be around. Jesus Christ, my Savior, wanna for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him, thank you to my God. Get some blessings, favor from above, because my life is covered by the blood. Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him, thank you to my God. About to get some blessings, favor from above, because my life is covered by the blood. Come back, stay focused flat, and I run it back for the kingdom. Might get thick, but I've been fit. I take the hit while praising him. Thank God that he sent me his spirit to keep me together, to lift me on up. He keeping his promises now. I realize it's been him that's been filling my cup. Get up and go praise him. Didn't he get you up? How could you just sit there? Get up out that rug. Get that breath through. Get them blessings. Pay your tithes and take them lessons. Ask for wisdom. This takes practice. Do your part. That's how you say again. Keep praising him, but let nothing stop your praise. What's going down? It's only temporary. It's just a test of faith. It's part of the package. Just living this Christ. He handled your battles. He was on your fights. He's watching by day and he covers by night. Just focus on him and you will be alright. You tucked in his bosom and safe in his care. When he prays your best and he handles your fair. You're all the way covered. No need to be worried. Just look all around you. You see that he's there. He gave it to you. Trust him. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he did. Don't add no twist, no pulling. This ain't bopping. This ain't bopping, bopping, bopping. Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him. Thank you to my God. About to get some blessings, favor from above, because my life ain't covered by the blood. Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him. Thank you to my God. About to get some blessings, favor from above, because my life ain't covered by the blood. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. Yes, I said it. Yes, I'm covered. 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 Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him. Thank you to my God. About to get some blessings, favor from above, because my life ain't covered by the blood. Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him. Thank you to my God.
Good evening, Radio Land. Welcome to our show tonight, 92.9 KGPJ in the heart of Grand Prairie, Texas. I'm your host, Pastor Keenan Tennyson, the proud pastor of Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church, 1636 North Masters Drive, Dallas, Texas, 75217. Amen. We're here to stump out financial literacy. Just giving you some pointers to help wake yourself up and understand what it takes to be successful financially. This book, 42 Financial Independent Laws for Christians, man, has really been a great teaching, a great study. Life is changing from applying those principles. A big shout out to my girl, Kyla Jordan, for graduating today from Lancaster High School. That's my co-host, Contessa Child's daughter. So I told her, man, you go enjoy your daughter. This only happens once in a lifetime. Radio show will be here. We'll keep plugging along, man. She need a break. Tell her go have a good time. Each of them. And we'll hook up with you guys a little later. But I'm excited to be here, man. I just can't get enough of doing what God has put on my plate to do, which is share the good news of Jesus Christ and to offer financial independence and stability to the families that live on this thing called Earth. So, hey, man, we're excited. I'm jumping, going back to the beginning of chapter 32. It's talking about the law of investing in yourself. Oh my God. I was studying this. I'm like, my God, you got to invest in you, man. Somebody say invest in you. You got to invest in yourself. It says, this is 2 Timothy 2:15 in the Amplified Bible. It says, even though Jesus was God's son, he learned obedience. And then Hebrew 5:8 says, study and be eager and do your utmost to present yourself to God, approved, correctly analyzing and accurately dividing the word of truth. Man, this is good. Hello, Robel. This is good. 2 Timothy 2:15. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. In this chapter, in the law of creating value in chapter 4, he said, I mentioned how I was able to create money by creating value. Okay. Look here. He was able to create money by creating value. He was able to create money by creating value. My God, you got to create value to make people want what you have to offer. Yeah, you got to create value so people will want, what you have. Amen. It says, I tested this law with the t-shirt example that I gave. I also mentioned that you can't create value until you have invested in yourself. Man, it is what you have invested in yourself that you can use to create value. What are you investing in you to make you better? And to make you not only better, but valuable, where people have to have you in their life. My God. Before I was able to create the t-shirt example that I mentioned, I had already invested in learning about it. I learned about designs, advertising, and all other information that goes along with it. I spent money and invested in me knowing what I'm doing, honoring and developing my craft to get better at what I do. Watch this. It says, but unfortunately, my God, in society today, so many people want to show up and show out without having paid the price. Wow, oh my God, we are so there. In society today, so many people want to look like they have it. So they finance it, they lease it, they rent it. They try to show that they're greedy and have not paid the price. Man. They are in a hurry for affluence. Since they are not rich, what they do is live a life that is not genuine. Oh, man, this is rich stuff. They live a life that's not genuine. And then it said, sadly, Christians, believers, are also caught up in this web of false lifestyle. They try to show the perception of wealth in various ways. Even so, with the advent of social media, there are so many, my God, with good photoshopping and video skills, uploading videos and pictures of a fake lifestyle of opulence. They're taking pictures, greedy, making it look like they in God or they got it going on, and they don't. Man, they photoshopping, they taking pictures at other people's houses, sitting in front of people's cars, going in there trying on these clothes or even buying these clothes on credit, which runs their credit card up. They have no money, they have nothing, but they got people thinking that they're living their best life. How can you live your best life on credit? How can you live your best life and you're broke? How can you say you're living your best life and you're photoshopping? You're making a picture. You're creating a false sense, a false look to yourself. And then when people see you, he ain't talking about the world folk. He's talking about believers. And when people see you, people come to your house, people come around you, people listen to you, they realize you don't have nearly as much as you perpetrating that you have. You know, people used to get mad at me when I go out of town, I don't take pictures. You know what? I do take pictures, but I don't post them. Why? You need to pay your own money to come see what it looks like to be in Cancun. You need to pay your own money to see what it looks like to be in the Dominican Republic. Because I show you mine, you get all in your feelings, you think I'm trying to be funny. But yeah, we pay cash for those trips. It's not about financing stuff. It's about getting yourself in a position to where you can afford the lifestyle that you're trying to live. Watch this. You can't blame social media. Before social media, many people have done this on a different scale. They go into debt to purchase luxury cars, houses, and expensive bags and watches to give the impression that they are rich. They are then stuck in a constant rat race to foot the bills. It is because they have failed to obey one of the fundamental laws of becoming rich, which is investment in yourself. If you were caught in that well before, I have a solution here for you. Get out of it, number one. Stop it. Ain't no fake it till you make it. You stay humble until you make it and remain humble once you have made it. Don't you think people got common sense when they see you perpetrating like you got it going on and they get to know you? They come around your house. They enter into your space expecting this miraculous life, this best life picture you painted, and get there, you got holes in your walls, your house stink, your money funny, your car have range, your stuff. You got to invest in you, man. And then you want people to invest in you and you won't even invest in yourself. How can I help you and you haven't helped yourself first? You won't go get your teeth cleaned. You won't go get your eyebrows arched and your mustaches trimmed. You won't get your hair cut, but you want me to spend my money on you and you won't even invest in you. My God. To be successful in any discipline, Jesus taught us through the Bible that the individual must first invest a great deal in themselves. See, we so busy want to jump into business. We want to go and buy a truck when you don't even know how to drive. Go spend some time and money mastering your craft. You think you're finna just book loads. No, you need to go learn brokering skill. You think you're finna just log on to a company and get all this freight. You're not finna do that. You need to know where to get your freight from. You need to know how to get what do they call it? Your DOT number. You need to know how to fuel your truck. You need to know how your truck runs. It's so much more you need to do before you jump out there and sink money into a business that you have no idea into. It can be that. It can be doing hair. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever your discipline is, you need to invest in it so you can become an expert at what you're doing. How much does it cost to fill your truck up, Aaron? Okay, how much is it going to take me to move them once or twice? What does the insurance cost? What does the labor cost? And I'm just using him because he's a new business owner. So is your job profitable? You going to move, just bless me. No, it ain't about just blessing you. It's about paying you what you're worth for the services that you rendered. You can't charge people because you haven't invested in yourself to understand what it is you really got going on. Wow. In my business, I can't talk to you about life insurance and I don't have any. I can't talk to you about investing and I'm not investing. See, it's when you invest in you and learn your craft, you get better, which makes you more valuable. People now want to be around you. They want to be in your space. They want to talk to you because you have some things going on. They can tell that you've invested in yourself. It says it was on purpose. No, it says, have you ever wondered why you didn't hear about Jesus from the age of 12 until 30 years when he began his ministry? Why? It was on purpose. He was investing in himself. He was studying. The Bible tells us that he would be in the temple even at the young age, asking questions with religious leaders. He did not bypass the process. Oh, good God Almighty! That's what we need to stop right now. You can't bypass the process. Somebody say you can't bypass the process. You got to go through the process, Shauna. You can't take the shortcut. As a matter of fact, learning this and investing in yourself is the shortcut. You got to pay the price. It's kind of like when you go to the restaurant, to the drive-in restaurant. You go to Mickey D's, you go to Wendy's. You know them places with them dollar menus, right? You go up in there. Listen to me, hear me well. This finna make so much sense. It's finna knock your head off. You go in there, right? You go in there, Shauna, Mary. You go in there, and then you have one window that says, "Okay, man, I'll take your order." Now, you look at the screen that says, "Man, I'll take your order," and they take it all down, right? They said, "Does this complete your order?" It completes it. Then you have to go to the next window, and they tell you that they'll repeat your order to you again, right? That was for $14.95. You had the 2 double meat cheeseburger combos, or number 7, or number 9, supersized, whatever it is. Then they said, "Are you sure that's what your order is?" Yes, they said that'll be $14.95. Okay, you got to get them $14.95. You placed your order. They confirmed your order, but you don't get nothing until you pay for it. And don't order nothing special. Don't add no lettuce and tomatoes to your double cheeseburger. Don't add no mac sauce. Don't add none of that extra stuff, because now that takes longer. But they still take your money first, and then they'll say, "Pull up the number 2, baby. We'll bring your order to you." You don't pay that on payment plans. So if you can't pay for your food on payment plan, what makes you think you can pay for you on a payment plan? Or you can just have stuff without paying for it up front. And we'll be all over the place. Somebody say all over the place. Because you have not settled in your spirit what God put in your heart to do. That's why people do this for a little while and stop and go do something else and stop. That ain't how you live, man. I've planted my flag here. This is what I'm doing. I am in the insurance business. I help families cover their family. I help families get covered. So when and if something happens, guess what happens? They're covered. So I constantly read articles. I'm constantly studying my craft so I can be better. Listen. God always allowed people to go through the process. He is a structured person. Part of what Jesus learned, as the Bible tells us in the book of Hebrews 5 and 8, was how to be obedient to the Father as a human being, though he had the power to be independent of the Father. Isn't that what we also face as Christians? Though we will always have options, we choose to submit to God. Personally, he said, I spent over 10,000 hours, tens of thousands of dollars on courses, workshops, conferences, videos, books, groups, and so forth to learn financial education and the various disciplines that have a foothold in. They vary from oil and gas to billboards, advertising, real estate, fine arts, e-commerce, IPO, stocks, publishing, just to mention a few. Watch this. These have helped me on how to analyze investment opportunities that come my way and in assets allocations. Study and be eager and do your utmost to present yourself to God. Approved, correctly analyzed, and accurately divided. The word of truth, 2 Timothy 2:15. He said, I have equally invested uncountable hours in prayer, studying of the word, fasting, listening to messages, and all other consecrations that I mentioned so that I could have a deeper walk with Jesus and learn his ways. Look at this, man. This is as you continue to invest in yourself, both in the secular and the sacred, you will notice at least one benefit. What's the benefit? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? You would be able to create value. Value is what brings money. A Rolls Royce is a car that's built. It's built when you order it. But you know what I noticed? There are no commercials on Rolls Royces. You don't have a commercial. You know why? Because the value of the value that they bring to automobiles is so powerful that it pays for itself. And when people come and order a Rolls Royce, it's ordered to their specifications. You pick your color, your paint, you pick your interior, you pick your headliners, you pick the color on the outside, you pick the rims, you pick the wood, you pick the floor, the floor mats, you pick the carpet, you pick the leather grade, you pick everything. And they put it together based on what you picked. And when it's done, it's custom. So it takes 8 to 9, 12 months to build, and it's built to your specification. Man. Then it says, if you are a preacher, you may say that creating value to create money doesn't apply to you. It does. I have observed that preachers or servants of God who create value are the ones who are sought after and have schedule booked solid full of speaking engagement. These engagements, of course, translate into more income for them. Even if it doesn't translate to speaking engagements or book deals, when your congregation perceives you as someone who brings value to their life, your perceived value in their eye rises. So guess what? Even the preacher has to constantly be getting better. Even the preacher has to constantly invest in himself so that the people can see the value that you bring as a pastor, and they crave your presence, and then they sow into you because they feel and see their lives changing from the value that you bring to their lives. See, I can talk about relationships, not because I'm just making it up. I've lived through relationships. I've studied relationships. I talk about marriages different than a lot of people. You know why? Because I've had to go and read. I've had to learn. I've been ostracized. I've been confrontational. People just can't accept when there's newness out there that you go and find in the history books and make this thing be relevant on both sides instead of just talking out the side of your neck and accepting the first thing you come across and making that the gospel, and it is so far from the truth because it's a lie, because it was actually wrong. So when the preacher stands up, if he is who he is and he's adding value, Shauna, and he's doing what he's supposed to do, you can tell. You can tell the amount of time that was spent in that. You can tell the amount of books he was reading. You can tell the hours that he spent, because it comes across very clear and thorough. And it pricks your heart because it's changing your life. My God. Yep, I have to do it too to create value. Watch this. This usually translates to the congregant extending more financial gifts to the leader. However, this will not happen if you have not invested in yourself. I got to invest in me as the preacher, the pastor, the leader, all the way around. You got to go do the things that are needed to invest in you so you're always getting better. That's all it is. You got to always be trying to get better. Somebody say get better. Watch this. The Bible tells us of John the Baptist, the forerunner of our Lord Jesus Christ. If you notice, John stayed away hidden, investing in himself with prayer and fasting, secluded in the wilderness until the appropriate time. Look at it. It says, John grew up and became strong in spirit, and he lived in the wilderness until he began public ministry, his public ministry to Israel, Luke 1:80. He stayed hid, seeking. See, most of us are trying to come out and be something that we're not. You got to spend some money, time, and effort in you, baby. You want to quick to jump up on the stage and talk. You want to be quick to do anything. No, be quick to go invest in yourself. Be quick to go take a class. Be quick to go watch a seminar. Be quick to go watch a webinar. Be quick to invest in you. The person needs to help the most is you. So you can raise your value, and you will be sought after because of the value you bring to the audience that want to hear you. Ooh. Good God, look at this, y'all. Many Christians do not wait for their day of shining. They want to display publicly what they have not invested in private. They want to jump the process. The process of self-investment could be painful at times. Think of self-investment as the tuition you are paying for your financial future. For example, the Bible says after John was done, people came out from across cities to listen to what he had to say in the desert. Quit trying to jump on the stage. Hush and go on the ground. Hush and study. Hush and invest in your time. It says, in those days, John the Baptist came to the Judean wilderness and began preaching. People from Jerusalem, from all of Judea, and all over the Jordan Valley went out to see and hear John. That's Matthew 3, 1 through 5. It says, he had value. Do you have value? Let me encourage you to shut away from the noise of get-rich-quick schemes and invest in yourself. Investing in oneself is a requirement for Christians who are serious about becoming rich. What steps should I take to discover how to invest in yourself? It's simple. First, you need to determine your goals. Where you want to get to. For example, if you're trying to set up a t-shirt business, what would be the goal? Second, determine how to get there. For my t-shirt business, I went to YouTube and listened to many successful t-shirt companies owners for an overview and research what is needed. I discovered that I would need a t-shirt printing company, know what niche I want to target, and know how to advertise on Facebook and other social media platforms. See, what you got? What do you want? What are we always coming from? What do you want? You can get this book on Amazon.com. Here it is. 42 Financial Independent Laws of Christians. It's by Ola Abino, Abino. Here's a picture of him on the back so you can see. Ola Abino. Yeah. In this book, he said, what Jesus taught me on becoming rich during the COVID-19 and beyond. We got to think, man. We got to open our mind. We got to quit sitting around whining and complaining about what we don't have, about how we were born, about what color our skin is, what side of the track we come from, and get on our face before God and ask God to show us a way how we can make it. Because he said it was in Deuteronomy 8 and 18. That's Deuteronomy 8 and 18. The word said, it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. God is not finna drop money out the sky no more. He ain't finna do that. He said, I'll give you an idea and give you the ability to bring it to pass. Next, you need to identify the strengths or skills that are needed for the business. Out of those skills, identify what you currently have. In my case, I already knew the likely audience that would be interested in those kinds of t-shirts. I also have a platform to notify them. However, I don't know how to market, especially to a broader audience. So that brings up the next step, your weaknesses. See, you got to be real with yourself. It says, my weakness was online marketing. Thus, I invested in both free and paid courses to learn online marketing portion. Summary, if you don't know how to invest in yourself, first determine your goals. Where do you want to go financially? Then what business or venture do you want to get you there? Next, get an overview of the business. Then do a deep dive into identify the skills that are required. Finally, invest in those skills that are needed that you don't have. Man, this is a process. Quit thinking you can just fly by the seat of your pants and make this thing happen. It ain't gonna work like that, man. It will not happen like it will. Somebody said it will not. It will not happen like that. I remember 14 years ago when I started pastoring. Lord, you gave me the church, give me the vision, write the vision, make it plain, tell me what I'm supposed to be doing so I can get busy, because I want to glorify you. He led me to Joshua 1:8. Yeah, he said, don't worry about the former pastor. He's dead. He said it wasn't him doing it. You don't have to worry about filling his shoes. It was me. The same God that was with him is with you. So relieve yourself of the pressure of trying to be him. You don't need to be him. Y'all don't have the same shoe size, so you can't fill his shoes. You have your own size. You have your own style. You have your own way of doing it. That's why I called you, so we can get you learning. I went to school, man. I went to school. I went to school over a total of 7 years, man. So I went and got what I needed. I went to Southern Bible Institute and got that word, man. It wasn't for no prestige. It was just strictly to learn the word of God, to enhance my skills. Then I went back and got my pastoral degree. I took some other classes, some modules, just to be on my game, man. And when I got the information and started using it, you put all that stuff in and you be like, man, I can't use this. I can't use this. I can't use this. But God pulls out of us what we put in there when we need to get it out of, when we need to get it out. And one of the things you told me, okay, your ministry is over there on Masters. It's not here at the school. Quit being don't be a lifetime schooler. As a matter of fact, the stuff that I'm going to show you, they don't teach in these classes. That's cute, you got that. But God says, I need to do something else with you. I need to send you to school of hard knocks. I need you to go back to your roots. I need you to reflect over the things that you've been through. See, I was preparing you for this ministry long before you got there, baby. Your life is nothing but a book that you can look at and see that I'm God. Hey, my God. And because when you have been through what you've been through, when people show up that I'm going to send your way, you have a rhema word for them because you know what it is to be delivered from that. Now he said, here's the problem. Most people are going to want to confront it and fight it because they think their way is right. It's going to contradict everything they've ever learned and taught. That's where I come in. The Holy Spirit has to convict you and open your mind and heart to understand what I'm talking about. Watch this. And if he don't open your heart and mind of understanding, you will not understand what I'm talking about. Even with this book, if you don't ask God to open your mind and heart of understanding so these words not just be words on a page, they jump out into your life and into your heart, and it causes you to have a desire to do better. My God. You want to take classes. You want to hone in on your craft. You want to go dig. You want to research. You just don't accept the status quo that everybody put out there and think that's what it is, because that what they putting out there may not be what you need. And when you understand, see, some of us can't be real because we ain't real with ourselves. You still wondering what God got you here for when you know that you are what God called you to be, and he's made it perfectly clear what you need to be doing. You have a resolve that comes over you. I'm not a big guy on Facebook. Guess what I'm doing? I'm using people who I know that are good on Facebook and YouTube to put me out there. I'm going to use my daughter, my co-host Contessa be out there doing that stuff. I'm not that good. Show me what to do, what needs to be done. Teach me or something. So I can be out there in front of them people, man. Wake and Bake is out there, man. It's rocking and rolling. Hey, I may need to do a video on Wake and Bake just to encourage them to tune in to what we got going. I don't know. But I want to hone in on my craft, just like I want to do the same thing with my business because, see, here's the deal. God showed me and made a promise to me. I didn't want a pastor. Let me just run this straight with you. I wasn't one of those guys running to the pulpit. He called me. I'm there, but I'm good. He said, no, I need you to come over here. Come on over here. I got this place called Pleasant Hill that's going to need that roughness, that renegade, that brashness. I need somebody that ain't afraid to tell it like it is. That can take a lick and keep on telling it. Y'all don't. You know what I'm talking about. But you go and see, that's why you go and learn the word, to create value so can't nobody shake you. When you hone in on your craft, listen, y'all, can't nobody shake you. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what angle they come from. It don't even matter how close they are to you. When you know My God, that you know that God has you where you need to be. You don't went spent time, invested hours and time into your craft. You don't went studied. You don't went isolated yourself. You don't hid away to get better. See, you gotta, when you know you don't put that time in, I wouldn't give a rat's tail what nobody say. Get mad all you want to. You ain't put the time in like me. You don't know what God, you don't know what me and God done been through. You don't know what he's showing me. You just don't know. So you either fall or get out the way before you get ran over, man. This is real stuff. This is our dadgum life. You worrying about what a broke person saying to you. They ain't got nothing telling you how you can and can't do. Girl, if you don't go sit down and your confidence should ooze up, I mean shoot up, by the amount of, do you know how many conventions I done been through? You know how many calls I'm on Tuesday, how many trainings I'm on, do you know how much, girl, sit down and hurts. Hours upon hours to prepare me to come to your house and bless your family. Thick skin. Hate if something go wrong. Hate if you don't buy, if you don't get a, I hate it, but I can't worry about it because the choice is yours. But in my training, in my investing in myself, Shauna, it develops a resolve, man. This is the best thing since sliced bread. This is how you end generational curses and create generational wealth. The best kept secret in America is a life insurance license. Let me tell you something. That is the best tool that is used to create generational wealth for your family. 87% of the people in Dallas don't have life insurance. Do you understand that? That's 5.2 million out of 6 million. Don't have it. And of the 13%, right, the 800,000 that have some, 55% of them don't have enough. So you're talking about another 450,000. So you're talking about 5.65 million people out of 6 million people need one product. Here's the problem. We can't get to them all. So if I can recruit you and train you and teach you how to get your license on a part-time basis, you can just go serve all the people you know, love, and care about. Then we recruit 15, 100, 200, 1,000 people on your team, and all those 1,000 people that stick around go help somebody in their family. So we'll start changing this thing around, Charlotte. We'll start making people's lives whole. When somebody passes away, you take them a check for $150, $250, or $500,000. It will change their world. Why are you so passionate? I've invested hours upon hours upon hours upon miles upon miles upon miles upon cell phone minutes upon cell phone minutes upon iPads, phones, computers, I've done all that to rock. And guess what? It's got to give it up. If I plug into the system and do what it says do. Why would you invest in you and don't plug in? No, you got to plug in and rock, man. You got to plug in and let this thing rip, man. You got to let it rip, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking for people that want to let it rip. I'm looking for people that said I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm looking for people that say that go to bed at night praying there's got to be a better way. This is the best on-the-job training you can get for almost free. You just got to click on the computer and hit the button and listen and take notes. You got to log on to a call on Tuesdays and Saturdays so you can learn how to do it. You got to come to the conventions and go to the meetings that we have when we have them because we're trying to get you to learn it so that you can increase your value and people will sort out for you. They'll look you up. They'll call your name. They're trying to find you. Because why? You are so amazing at what you do. Your passion is so real. You care so much. You want people to get it. Yeah, that's what we got to do. And it starts with you taking some time, money, and effort and pour it into you. You are special. You can be great, but you cannot. Somebody type cannot. I mean, and hit that button and make the screen light up with those red hearts and those thumbs up. You cannot avoid the process. You gotta go through what you gotta go through. And then look at this. Let me see. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this and then we're gonna be out of here. Hey, did I tell you we were on 92.9 KGPJ, Grand Prairie, Texas. And I'm the proud pastor and the host of this radio show, Stomping Out Financial Literacy. The proud pastor, Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church, 1636 North Masters Drive, Dallas, Texas, 75217. Hey, man, if you have any questions, you can call into the radio show, 214-235-0683. If you want to join my team and need some help, you need to get some answers, call me directly on my line at 214-335-6784. I would love to sit down with you, Zoom with you, and show you how you can help change the world. If we get thousands of people across this country, man, we could rock and dominate the industry and help all the people we know, love, and care about, our friends, their friends, and their friends, and their friends, and their friends. It could be something so spectacular where people will be saying, I am a better man, my family's in a better position, because that preacher wasn't afraid to get on the radio and talk about it. He had Facebook going. He was screaming and hollering and spitting all over the place, fired up, excited, ready to go, because he wants to make a difference. And then one day, they're right about how we change lives. They're right about how so many people have been set free. They're right about how so many communities have been developed and changed, and so much income has been flowing through those communities where people can really say, I'm in a different spot now. But this next chapter is a short one, and we're going to go through this, and then we out, because we had some technical difficulties. We didn't get started till about 7:20, so I still got about 20 more minutes. It says, the law of leveraging the power of little. Oh, we finna bust that head open. See, the enemy got us thinking we can't win because we ain't got nothing. But you got to learn the law of leveraging the power of little. My God. Hey. Look at this, Matthew 14 through 18. Matthew chapter 14, verses 18 through 21. Watch this. Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, little, looking up toward heaven and blessing them. Then breaking the loaves into pieces, he gave the bread to the disciples, who distributed to the people. They all ate as much as they wanted, and afterwards the disciples picked up 12 baskets of leftovers. About 5,000 men were fed that day, in addition to the women and children. My God. Two fish and 5 little hoe cakes. This was a lad that had he had made plans to be with God. He was opening. He was investing in himself, not knowing. Look at this, y'all. Look at this, Aaron. Look at this, Mary. Look at this, Contessa. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. The man was Kinshasa. Look at this, Cha-Cha. Look at this. I'm hitting everybody on because I want to call you. I want you to get this. Look at this, Virginia Peters. Look at this, y'all. Kendrick. Look at this, kinfolk. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. I'm telling you. Look at this, Mary Dowd. Look at this, Robel Quinn. Look at this, Greedy. Don't miss this. He had 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. He was taking his lunch to go to a place and invest in himself by sitting at the feet of the Messiah and learning while he teached. Oh, God. And then, y'all, look at this. Not the boy just was prepared to invest in himself. Ooh, God. And because he prepared, and there was a dilemma, he made the storyline. Oh, God. He made the storyline, and Jesus was telling the disciples, man, the disciples went to Jesus and said, man, these folks are hungry, man, they've been here all day. He said, well, listen, go to the store and get some food. He knew there wasn't no store. Ain't nobody got enough food to feed these people. He said, oh, ye of little faith. He said, but there's a little lad that came prepared to be with me. My God. Go tell him to bring his lunch to me. The law of leveraging the power of little. I'm so, but I think I'm going to preach this Sunday because we come from humble beginnings. We come from little. And the only reason why ain't nothing happening is because we haven't learned to leverage the little that we have. Oh, we think if we ain't got enough to do what we supposed to do, we just supposed to blow it. No. No. You can start with humble beginnings. I think Shauna just started her mutual fund with $25 a month going into it just to get the game rolling. And the lad, let me read the book. Do you know how much you would have if you invested $100 in Uber in 2009 and waited until 2020? Guess. By my calculation, it would have been $2 million. If you had also access to Facebook when it was starting out in 2004 and invested $100, guess what that is? It would be worth 1.8 to $2 million. Did $100 by any chance come into the hands of any of these years? What did you spend it on? That the $100, it came. You invested it, and you would have invested it, and it would have been done. If there is a shocking revelation the Lord Jesus taught me in the last few years was concerning becoming rich, it is that it is not dependent on how much you have. But you must learn this law. Believe it and apply it. It will greatly help you. This has built my confidence over the years. Many Christians complain today that the reason they are not financially independent is because they don't have enough. Our Lord Jesus muted those points on several occasions when he fed thousands with loaves of bread and fish. On one occasion, he fed close to 20,000 people. The men alone were 5,000. The woman and the children would be double at least the men's account. Amazingly, he did this with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Do you understand this? He even had 12 baskets full of leftovers. You remember we read the text? It says they ate all they wanted. It wasn't a scarcity in the food. It just kept multiplying. Another time he fed about 15,000 if you factor in women and children with 7 loaves of bread and pieces of fish. Matthew 15:36. You may say the examples above were because it was Jesus who did them. Do not forget that he said he would do more than he did in John 14:12. Oh, Lord. Look at this. John 14:12. I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me would do the same works I have done and even greater works because I am going to be with the Father. My God. Oh, my God. Jesus taught him it was never about how much you have. It is knowing what to do with what you have. And how well are you willing to apply it? Many successful business owners and entrepreneurs in our contemporary world also have proven to us that we can do a lot with just a little we have. The founder of Spandex, a billion-dollar company, started with 5,000. Mary Kay Ash, founder of the cosmetic company Mary Kay, worth almost $4 billion a day. also started with just 5,000. Michael Dell of Dell Technologies started with 1,000 and is now worth $37 billion. According to Bloomberg.com, let me be bold to say, cumulatively, at least $1,000 has passed through your hands before. The question is, what did you do with it? So what can you do? Surround yourself with information and become a student of financial education. Listen, before you invest in other people's ventures, invest in yourself with information about that sector. Put some money on you, baby, and learn the information of the sector you're in. This information will determine your priority list. For example, there are some ideas that you can't bring into fruition until you have established some base. Accordingly, depending on the stage you are in life, you can determine your investment based on the rate of return, time for the return, capital requirement, risk, competence required, etc. There will always be many attractive investments to choose from, but without adequate preparation, they can end up being failure. You got to invest in you, man. The law of leveraging the power of little. The one thing that has killed us is that we make excuses about what we don't have. Y'all, a few years ago, I spent $100 and joined one of the greatest businesses on this side of glory that has a proven system. Oh man, that has a proven system that you can learn and kick in. Oh my God. And rock and roll. But you have to invest in you. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest. Listen, this is so real. It went off. Man, it's locked up. Wow. Wow. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. I'm going. Lost it. Thank you so much for listening to us. 92.9 FM, KGPJ, Grand Prairie, Texas. I'm your host, Pastor Ken Tennyson of Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church, 1636 North Masters, Dallas, Texas, 75217. Amen.
He came down to give me his love. From the ground to the grave, from the grave to the sky, I tell you I'm covered, I'm good. I know that he loving me, he be all over me, working around me, and it's understood. The fact that he cares for me, he's always there for me. I feel like I know that I'm loved. That's my G.O.D. and yeah, he hold it down. You wanna talk about kings, well, mine will take the crown. Yeah, my God, my Lord, the baddest in the town. And where he at, I wanna be around. Jesus Christ, my Savior, wanna for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him, thank you to my God. Get some blessings, favor from above, because my life is covered by the blood. Jesus Christ, my Savior, one up for the Lord. Wake up and go praise him, thank you to my God. About to get some blessings, favor from above, because my life been covered by the blood. Come back, stay focused flat, and I run it back for the kingdom. Might get thick, but I've been fit. didn't he get you up? How could you just sit there, get up out that rug? Get that breath through, get them blessings, pay your tithes and take them lessons. Ask for wisdom, this takes patience, do your part, that's how you say again. Keep praising him, don't let nothing stop your praise. What's going down, it's only temporary, it's just a test of faith. It's part of the package, just living as Christ. He handled your battles, he was on your fights. He watching by day and he covers by night. Just focus on him and you will be alright. You tucked in his bosom and safe in his care. When he paid your ransom, he handled your fare. You're all the way covered, no need to be worried. Just look all around you, you see that he's there. He gave it to you, trust him, yeah, he got it. Yeah, he did. Don't add no twist, no pulling, this ain't bopping. This ain't bopping, bopping.